So typography is made up of 4 assessment tasks. The first assessment task is due at the end of week 2. The second assessment task is week 5, due week 5. The third is due in week 8, and the fourth assessment task is due in week 12. I'm just flipped over here to the learning portal to show you where you can access those. If you log into the learning portal and you head to typography, if you click on the assessment area task or tab down the side here, it will take you to this area, which actually shows you all the assessments, the weeks they're due, and the assessment details. And the first assessment task here, if I click on that, it'll take me to a page where I can access the brief, the assessment brief, as a PDF. And then once I've completed the assessment, it says here to click on the link below to submit your assessment. So if I click on where it says Assessment 1 Design Outcome, it takes me to where I can actually submit my assessment. So I'll just scroll down and Assignment Submission, Attach File. I can click on Browse My Computer. I can go and locate my PDF, click on the PDF that I wish to submit, click Open, and then I can write a short comment if I wish, and then go and click Submit to officially submit my assessment to be marked. So let's have a quick look at Assessment Task 1. It's really important that you do read your briefs carefully or your task sheets carefully so that you are really clear on what's required. Each task sheet looks like this, and for this particular assessment it states that you're to use the 2 or 3 initials from your first, middle and last names to create a type-based monogram. The deliverables are very important. It basically outlines how you're going to be marked or how you're going to be assessed. It says that you're to create an A4 size portrait document in Adobe Illustrator, to use your 2 or 3 initials, using the properties of the type tool, select different typefaces, using the selected typefaces and your initials, try at least 3 different options, try to reposition the characters in different ways, and using the transform tool, rotate them, resize them, reflect them, etc. Just play around with the shapes of the letters and how they work together. Once you've created those, you're to choose your favorite composition, just one composition, and then show it in 3 different color schemes, which are stated here: analogous, complementary, and monochromatic. You're to save your submission as a PDF and then submit it for feedback, as I've just shown you. So let's have a quick look at what a monogram is. These are monograms that you're probably quite familiar with: Chanel, EA Sports, Louis Vuitton. So essentially, a monogram is a combination of letters to create an identity. Here we have one that looks like 2 A's, which are linked together, which is known as a ligature, a linking of letters. It could also form an M, so 2 A's united with an M. This one's quite clever. It has a 3-dimensional element to it. Indigo edge. You can clearly see there's a lowercase I here and a capital E. So I'm now going to show you a couple of examples of student submissions to give you a bit of an idea of a benchmark for this particular assessment. It's advised that you start on paper in your visual diary even would be a good place to start, and just sketch as many different combinations that you can think of using your initials. So you can see here how this student has explored an R and an L to create a variety of different monograms and different styles. Some are flowing, script-like, and some are very blocky. And then you're to move on to Illustrator and show at least 3 different combinations of your monogram using different typefaces. So the student here has gone beyond the 3, which is good, because when it says in the brief at least 3, that's the minimum. And they've obviously experimented with the letter forms. They've rotated this R so that it's facing the other way. And we advise that you actually type underneath each of these monogram examples the name of the typeface. So this one here is using Bodoni. So yeah, please make sure that you do list the name of the typeface under each monogram example. And try different typefaces, try different things. You can see here at the bottom, on the bottom right, the student is actually linking the R and the L together to form a ligature. And last but not least, you need to showcase that monogram, your favorite monogram, in 3 different color schemes. This student has gone beyond again and shown warm and cool, but you must show monochromatic, which is essentially tints and shades of the same color. Complementary are colors that are opposite on the color wheel, like these 2 example colors here, this purple and orange. And then analogous, which is side by side on the color wheel, which for example is like a yellow and a green. So you can see here that this student has gone beyond and shown some more examples, which is perfectly fine so long as the minimum requirements are met. Let's have a look at another student's example. This student used a T and a B in a variety of different ways, her initials from her name. And then she's explored on the computer again different typefaces to combine those letter forms. So she's gone to quite a lot of work there on 2 pages worth of combinations before deciding on her favorite combination, and then showing that in analogous, monochromatic, and complementary.